One person can affect millions, but they must possess good qualities. These people are known to us as our leaders. The one I am about to show you left a legacy that is currently defending and protecting lives. Chester Nimitz was born in February of 1885 in Texas. He was raised by his mother and his grandfather. As young Chester grew, he became more fascinated with the military, and after graduating high school, he applied for the West Point Army Academy. However, there were none appointments available. Nimitz furthered his education and wrote to a Texas congressman who told Nimitz about an appointment at the United States Naval Academy. Nimitz graduated the Naval Academy at 7th of his class in 1905. He started his naval career commanding submarines and was appointed the commander of Submarine Division 20. After World War I, Nimitz climbed the ranks. He served as executive officer of the USS South Carolina and commanded the USS Chicago. In June 1939, after promotion to captain, he took command of Battleship Division 1. After extraordinary service, Nimitz was selected and earned flag rank. He was now at the rank of Rear Admiral and was appointed the Chief of Navigation, a position not lasting long. America was about to face its biggest challenge yet.
Today, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
10 days after the attack on Pearl Harbor, Chester Nimitz was selected by the Chief of Naval Operations to command the Pacific Fleet. This position came with the rank of 4 stars. Now Nimitz had to complete the impossible task of defeating the Japanese fleet and securing the future of America.
It's the biggest ocean in the world. It's the biggest. The Pacific Command covers more area than any other combatant command. All the way to the east coast of Africa. It goes from the east coast of Africa to Midway in the United States, from the North Pole to the South Pole.
Nimitz's first challenge of World War II, the Battle of Midway. The Midway Atoll in the Pacific Ocean was a very important asset for American forces to secure and liberate the countries under the Japanese and the Nazis' control. The Japanese were going to attempt to retake the island to gain a foothold in the Pacific.
Well, the Battle of Midway is considered by many the turning point of the Pacific War, and there was U.S. intelligence as far as being able to read the Japanese codes, and so the U.S. really had a good idea of what the Japanese plan was, and also through certain situations of luck, tactical skill, heroism, bravery, all combined to result in 4 Japanese carriers being sunk by U.S. naval aviators flying from 3 aircraft carriers, and also there were attacks made from aircraft or by aircraft on Midway. So the resulting victory in June of 1942 really turned the tide of the Pacific War, and the fact that the Japanese were not on the offensive.
Using intelligence from various U.S. sources, Nimitz made estimates of exactly where and when the Japanese would attack. After ordering his forces to defend Midway, he said, "The whole course of the war in the Pacific may hinge on the developments of the next 2 or 3 days." Under the command of Fleet Admiral Chester Nimitz, American aviators successfully sunk 4 Japanese carriers with the loss of 1 American carrier, the USS Yorktown. After Midway, the Battle of the Coral Sea, and the Solomon Islands campaigns, Congress approved the 011 rank to be in effect, a rank only reserved for wartime. Nimitz's new title became a curse to the ears of his enemies, Fleet Admiral Chester Nimitz. In the final parts of World War II, Nimitz went on the offensive side. He captured many islands in the Pacific and liberated them from the hands of the Japanese forces. 2 major islands he captured were Iwo Jima and Okinawa.
after World War II, certainly there were, as someone of his rank, there was not much higher to go. So one of the positions was the Chief of Naval Operations. There was really a lot of debate on what the future would hold in the nuclear age.
In November 1945, he was selected as the Chief of Naval Operations. He would now oversee all U.S. forces. While serving as the CNO, Nimitz supported a program to build the Navy's first nuclear submarine and the establishment of the Navy's Flight Demonstration Squadron, the Blue Angels. Nimitz suffered a stroke in 1965 and decided to move back to San Francisco, where he died in 1966. He was buried with full military honors. His legacy lives on. Chester Nimitz is now one of the most common names that comes to mind when you think of the U.S. Navy. If he had not secured the Pacific, America might not sustain relationships with Japan and other countries in the Pacific. Nimitz also helped capture Iwo Jima and Okinawa, two places where America operates forces today in the Pacific. When Admiral Nimitz supported the construction of the USS Nautilus, the Navy's first nuclear submarine, he cleared the path for the conversion of the submarine fleet from diesel to nuclear. While serving as the CNO, he established the Blue Angels, a Navy flight demonstration squadron representing the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps to the general public. During Vietnam, a new class of aircraft carriers were being designed to replace ones about to get decommissioned. The new class of nuclear aircraft carriers were designed and approved. The flagship of this class was proposed as the USS Nimitz in honor of Fleet Admiral Chester Nimitz. On May 3, 1975, President Gerald Ford commissioned the Nimitz, which now serves to the present day.
The Nimitz represents the power of the United States and the United States Navy, and the ability for us to be able to keep the sea lanes open around the world, and also to protect other countries that are in danger, especially our friends when we try to go ahead and protect them. We can project that power anywhere around the world. The aircraft carrier is designed to be able to take the fight to the area which the fight is at. It allows us to be able to operate independently at sea and be able to go ahead and have the weapons be able to get on target immediately because of the fact that it's close by.
The USS Nimitz CVN-68 is a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. It can travel at 31 knots for 25 years without refueling. It can carry 90 aircraft and 3,200 crew members. The Nimitz has seen action in the Persian Gulf War, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. The Nimitz has been used in many exercises, including flight testing of the Marine Corps V-22 Osprey and the new F-35 Lightning II Joint Strike Fighter. By using the history and the outcome of the USS Nimitz's success, the Navy is already building the next generation of aircraft carriers. The core values of the Navy have been uplifted by the USS Nimitz by helping refugees, rescuing those in need, supporting and defending the Constitution of the United States of America, and representing the fighting spirit of the Navy in defending freedom and democracy around the world. Chester Nimitz has served his country with honor, courage, and commitment.